Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte and today I will show you how I fixed these two and how I will move these over to smaller pans because my Ofra blush shattered when I lost it to the floor. So both of these pans were completely shattered, and also I want to move these two to smaller pans so they're in the standard 26mm pan size that I have all of the rest of my shadows in. So I'm thought I would just show you how I do it, because I saw from Faces by Gina that she presses her mattes dry and that works perfectly. So if you're interested in seeing how she did it, just go to her Faces by Gina Instagram. I will try to leave it up here so you can see how it's written. And yeah, then you can see how she did it and how I got inspired to do this for myself. So basically what you will need, you don't need to purchase anything. I have purchased things just because I do this on a regular basis with my shimmers too. But you will need something that you can use to take out the shadows, and then you will, you can use a small teaspoon or anything like that, and then you need something to press down. So you can use a coin and then just put something that's almost this size on top of it and just push down to press. And it's nice to have disinfection just to clean your pans. I bought new pans, of course, because I'm moving them to these pans. So I have these 26mm pans that I bought, and I will of course leave a link to that as well as the other things that I have. So this one is basically just a coffee tamper in a small size, and this is a spatula that I bought from Beauty Bay from C Palette, but I'm sure you can get way cheaper spatulas than this one. So what I just do is I of course remove the product, I chop it up as fine as possible, put it in the pan, and then I press with a piece of paper, which you will also of course need. And then I just repeat it until I have all the powder in the pan. So I'm first going to show you how I did the blushes, and then I will come back to now and show you how I do these two. So I'm just going to make sure that I separate this. Okay, so now that I have most of the shadow out, I will not care about that for now, but what I'm basically going to do is chop it up as fine as possible so that I don't have any chunks, because if I try to press them and there are big chunks, then it might not stick as well to, all of the powder won't stick to each other, and then it will probably crack or shatter very easily. So I'm just going to use some time chopping it up very finely, and I will just make sure that everything in the pan that is left, it's not much at all, but that it's properly crushed as well, so it's not any bumps. But if it's completely way down into the pan, then I don't think it doesn't matter that much. It's more if it's on the top layers. And what you can do to speed up the chopping is to use a bank card or something like this. This is just from my glitters that I just received from With Love Cosmetics, but they work like a card, so you can just use that and you will have a bigger surface, so to speak, that you can chop with. And I just usually try to mix it quite a lot so that I know that everything is super finely milled. And I'm sure there are a lot of other ways you can do this more efficiently, like putting it in a bag and crushing it, but it's just, I want to minimize the different surfaces I'm putting the powder, because obviously you're going to lose a little bit if you move it several places, so I'm just going to let it be right here on the paper, because then I can just use the taco method to get the powder into the pan afterwards. So now that I feel like I have it chopped up really nicely, then I'm going to start putting it back into the pan, and I'm just going to fill it up as much as I possibly can, and then I will press, and then I will just continue doing that until I have all of the product back into the pan. If I was able to get all of it out, I would have probably sterilized this pan again, but I'm not able to. I also always try to pat down a little bit, and especially focusing on the edges here, just because I don't want there to be any space that's not covered by the product. So now that I have a little bit of product in here, I'm just going to start pressing it. So I'm just putting the paper here so I won't get this one really dirty and full of pigment each time. And then I just place it exactly in the middle and then I press. And since this is a matte powder, I'm going to press quite hard because I don't want it to be loose in the pan, obviously, because then it will just shatter easily again. And I want this to last as long as possible. So there you have the first press and it looks really nice. So I'm just going to continue doing the exact same thing, and this is going to be the whole method with the others too. I'm not going to add anything, I just press them dry. So as you can see, I'm basically using what Faces by Gina calls the taco method. So I have the powder in here obviously, and I'm trying to like slide it down into the pan sort of gently. I'm definitely going to spill, so if you're worried about your table underneath here, I would definitely recommend to have a towel or something that you don't really care that much about. So there we go. So again, I'm just going to pat it down and I'm going to do the last press. Since this is the last press, I also try to move the tamper a little bit, but I don't want to like squish it too much, if you understand what I mean, because then you're just going to move the product underneath. So it's better to like lift it and then press again instead of like squishing it down there. And then for the last press, I'm going to try to get it like more in the middle and really put weight on there. Okay, and now we'll see if it was good. And I'm just going to lift it up so you can see how it looks right now. I'll try to take away the mirror so it won't reflect so much. And if you can see properly now, it looks really good. So I'm very close to the lighting now, but here you can see how beautiful it looks. It looks almost like new. And it has a, if I have the normal pans, I always try to like let it go a little bit like this, just because I want to make sure that the powder won't shatter immediately. But since this one is stuck in there, I don't really have a choice.
Please don't ignore. Started as fun, now I randomly know you love rainy days and you still live at home. It's cool to see you're real with me. I know we've never met and things like this never last, but every time you text back, I can't help but reply with hearts in my eyes. 'Cause I think I really like you, but I never say it straight to your face. I think I really like you, but I don't wanna repeat my mistakes. And I guess I'm kinda scared of meeting you in person, 'cause you're really cute. I think instead I'll slide into you DMs like I said. I think I really like you, but I never say it straight to your face.
And voila, here we have both of the blushes, and if you want to like make them look even nicer, you can just try to like swatch them to even it out, and especially like to get away whatever is on the sides. But as you can see, they are perfectly safe in their pans now, and they swatch normally. Like I can try to swatch those on the side too. You can see that the ones I pressed are a little bit more loose maybe. I'll just see if it's just the formula. Yeah, this one looks really nice. Now I'm just going to go ahead and fix my Nabla shadows. So now I'm just going to take this shade Fahrenheit from Nabla, and I'm just going to remove it all from the pan, and I'll do exactly like I did with the Ofra blushes. I will just chop it up super finely, and then I will put it into the pan. Then I'll press it and repeat. So I'm just going to speed up this whole part with both of these shadows unless I need to think of something else that I should tell you guys.
Sit on my bed, I got nothing to do. Take out my phone 1 second, right to you. I'm really bored. Please don't ignore. Started as fun, now I randomly know you love rainy days and you still live at home. It's cool to see you're real with me. Oh no, we've never met and things like this never last. But every time you text back, I can't help but reply with hearts in my eyes. I think I really like you, but I never say it straight to your face. I think I really like you, but I don't wanna repeat my mistakes. And I guess I'm kinda scared of meeting you in person, cause you're really cute. I think instead I'll slide into you DMs like I said. I think I really like you, but I'll never say it straight to your face.
Next shadow I'm going to be doing is Chérie Shape, also from Nabla, which is a beautiful purple. And I forgot to mention, but if you do not have a cleanser like I do, then you can also just boil the pan or the equipment that you're doing to sanitize them. So that's also a good idea to do. That I want to swatch this one before repressing them, just so you can see that the formula doesn't change, because the red one doesn't swatch very nicely. So I just wanted to show you like a proper swatch from this shadow before I press it, so that you can see that the formula doesn't really change when doing this. I swear I feel so savage when doing this. It's kind of a horrible feeling, but it's also kind of fun.
Sit on my bed, I got nothing to do. Take out my phone 1 second, right to you. I'm really bored. Please don't ignore. Started as fun, now I randomly know you love rainy days and you still live at home. It's cool to see you're real with me. Oh no, we've never met and things like this never last. But every time you text back, I can't help but reply with hearts in my eyes. I think I really like you, but I never say it straight to your face. I think I really like you, but I don't wanna repeat my mistakes. And I guess I'm kinda scared of meeting you in person, cause you're really cute. I think instead I'll slide into you DMs like I said. I think I really like you, but I'll never say it straight to your face.
So what's fun is that it almost swatched better because it's not as hardly pressed now. So I felt like it swatched better after I pressed it, actually. So that's kind of funny. But now I have both of my Nabla shadows pressed, so I'm just going to put it with the rest of my shadows that I repressed yesterday. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in this video, but I did just repress all of my Give Me Glow shadows because they are in very big pans and they have so beautiful shimmers, so I really want to have them, especially for summer. Just look at these shadows, they're so perfect for summer. So I'm just going to put my Nabla shadows here with my other Nabla shimmers that I also pressed yesterday. So I have them in the different shades. I know this is Millennium, this is Absinthe, and then this one I don't really remember the name of, but there's only one light purple to gold duochrome that they have, I believe. And then I have all of my Give Me Glows here, and these are just some leftovers because, as you can see, these are quite full. So I just chose to put them in extra pans, so I have a lot of product here. So I don't know if I might give them away to friends or if I'm just going to have doubles of these, because I do use them in custom palettes, so to have the opportunity to have the same shadow in 2 different palettes at the same time is no problem for me, honestly. And if you do want to see how I did these shadows, the mattes from Give Me Glow, then go ahead and check out my Instagram, because I did show it in my highlights there. I saved it from my story. And this one in the middle here, the dark green one, is actually a mixture between these two, because there was so much product and I was like, why not try to mix them? And this one swatches like so beautifully. It's basically the Give Me Glow formula, but a mixed color of those two. So it's like this beautiful foresty army green matte shadow. So I'm just really happy to have finally actually repressed these, because now I can use them in my custom palettes, which is so exciting. So yeah, I hope that I've mentioned everything that I wanted to. Sorry, it's such a mess right here, but just so you know, it is quite messy to be repressing. But I hope I mentioned everything. If there's something you want to ask me, then just leave a comment down below in the comment section. If not, then I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more content like this, then I do post on both Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. I post a lot about my single shadows. I make lots of custom palettes. I have a zodiac series, I have a flower series. Yeah, and I just generally like to make my own color stories. Sometimes I make dupe palettes. If you have any dupe or palettes you want to see me dupe with my single shadows, just go ahead and comment and I will just see what I can do with it. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!